Hello everyone, my name is Ning Ning. Today my topic is Chinese Kung Fu player Bruce Lee. Have you heard of Bruce Lee? Yes, he's a famous actor and Kung Fu player. I have a question. Do you know Bruce Lee's favorite drink? Maybe you will be smile of my answer because Bruce Lee's favorite drink is water. Why? Because every time after his action he will say water. So his favorite drink is water. Today I will introduce you something about Bruce Lee. So firstly, I will introduce the early life, and secondly, I will introduce the martial career, and third one is acting career and the effects. So firstly, Bruce Lee was born in Hong Kong, and he is a Hong Kong American martial artist, Hong Kong action movie actor, martial arts instructor, filmmaker, and the founder of Jet Queen. Lee's father, Li Hucheng, was one of the leader Cantonese opera and film actors at that time, and was embarking on a year-long opera tour with his family on the evening of the eve of Japanese invasion of Hong Kong. Li Hucheng had been touring the United States for many years and performing in numerous Chinese communities there. Although many of his peers decided to stay in the United States, Li Hucheng returned to Hong Kong after Bruce Lee's. Within months, Hong Kong was invaded, and Li lived for 3 years and 8 months under Japanese occupation. After the war ended, Li Hucheng resumed his acting career and became a most popular actor during the Hong Kong's rebuilding years. Lee's mother, Grace Hu, was from one of the wealthiest and most powerful clans in Hong Kong, the Hu Tong. He was the ninth of his Robert Hu Tong, the erasing patriarch of the clan. As such, the young Bruce grew up in affluence and privileged environment. Despite the advantage of his family status, the neighborhood in which Lee grew up became overcrowded, dangerous, and full of grand rivalries due to the influx of refugees fleeing community China for Hong Kong. At that time, the British growing colony. After Lee was involved in several street fights, his parents decided that he needed to be trained in the martial arts. Lee's first introduction of martial arts was through his father, from whom he learned the fundamental of Wu style Tai Chi Chuan. Tai Chi Chuan I have introduced like this one, like Qigong to adjusters inside and exhale. So the largest influence of Lee's martial arts development was his study of Yong Chun. Lee began training in Yong Chun at the age of 13 under the Yong Chun teacher Yin Man in 1956. After losing a fight with racial gang member, Yip's regular classes generally considered to be the form of practice. Chi Sao, drills, wooden dumbing technique, and freeze breathing. There was no set patterns to the classes. It tried to keep his students from fighting in the street gangs of Hong Kong by encouraging them to fight in organized competitions. After attending Xingde School, Lee entered the primary school division of Lhasa College at the age of 12. Around 1956, due to the poor academic performance, he was transferred to San Francisco due to the poor San Francisco Xavier College, where he would be mentored by brother Edward, a teacher coach of the school boxing team. After attending Tasong School, as I said before, the Xing School, Lee entered the primary school division of Lhasa College at the age of 12. Now then, I have informed you about Lee's young time before martial arts career. Then let's talk about the martial arts career. Mm, sorry. Let's I have introduced the early life of Bruce Lee, so I will introduce more about martial arts career. Lee began teaching martial arts in the United States in 1959. He called what he taught Zhang Fan Guang Fu. It was basically his approach to Yong Chun. Lee taught friends he met in Seattle, starting with judo practitioner Jess Glover, who continued to teach some of Lee's early technique. Taku Kuruma became Lee's first assistant instructor and continued to teach his art and philosophy after Lee's days. Lee opened his first martial school named the Li Jiangfang Kung Fu Institution in Seattle at the invitation of Art Parker. Lee appeared in 1964 Long Beach International Karate Competition and performed repetition of two-finger push-up with feet and approximately a shoulder-wide apart. In the same Long Beach event, he performed the 1-inch punch. He described of his waist was follow. Lee stood upwards, his right foot forward with knees bent slightly in front of standing stationary partner. Lee's right arm was partly extended and his right first approximate an inch away from the partner's chest. Now that I've introduced you some of the martial arts, I will talk more about the acting career. So, Lee's father, Li Hucheng, was famous cartoonist opera star. Because of this, Lee was introduced into film at a very young age and appeared in several films as a child. Lee and his first role was Baby, who was carried onto the stage in the film Golden Gate Girl. By the end, he was 18 years old. He had appeared in the 20th film. This game about the strong in order to win the legendary Real Treasure Gate Cashers celebrates the pagoda after fight after arrive at the top of the tower, but only in the old film language. Life is Junior, waiting for days, awareness language into astonishment. The film became last unfinished of Bruce in 1978. To commemorate Bruce Lee, the film was too short with double bank, but the plot and Bruce Lee would have been different. As audience of Bruce Lee missed, the film also won the high box office. Rather than the film won the welcome, Bruce Lee lost the extremely valued martial arts image attract millions of viewers. In conclusion, you have learned about